In this movie, I'm going to demonstrate how to sign up for hosting on JustHost.com. As is the case with any hosting provider, we want to make sure that the host provides the minimum specifications that we're looking for. In this case, several of the ideas that we want to make sure that we have are that it gives us lots of storage space for any files that we want to put on our website, that it has adequate bandwidth, that it supports the minimum technologies that we're going to be using, and if you'll check in the syllabus, it will specify what those technologies are. So here we are on JustHost's homepage, and as you can see in their banner, they tell you that you have unlimited storage space, you have unlimited transfers, you have unlimited amounts of domain hosting, etc., etc. To be sure, what we're going to do though is check the features. So as you can see here, I've clicked on the features list, and looking down through the options that they indicate through their advertising, checking the syllabus tells me that one of the key things that we want to make sure that the host provides is support for server-side includes, with JustHost indicates that they do. The other requirement is that they have to support PHP 5, which again JustHost indicates that they do. If you're considering a hosting provider for the CIT 336 class, it's also important that they support MySQL databases, which again JustHost indicates that they do. So it appears that JustHost does have all of the specifications that we would look for. Having assured ourselves that that's the case, we could then find just about on any page a link that allows us to sign up. Clicking that link brings me to their sign up page. You'll note that the very first question they ask you is if you want a new domain name or if you already own one. The vast majority of you will be looking for a new domain name, and so the default checkbox is correct. The next thing that they ask you to do is enter the name that you're interested in. So I have chosen a name just called Domain 22. It means nothing. This is just for example. And then over here on the side, I have a drop down that indicates the type of domain that this would be. Let me briefly go through these. .com is usually indicative of a business where you're selling a service or a product. .net is used these days for just about anything. It is somewhat of a catch-all. .org usually means some sort of a non-profit organization. .us would be for websites that are being hosted by American citizens or American companies. .biz is a spillover from the .com. It is also indicative of a business. Info typically means you're going to distribute information through your website. And then the last three, .co.uk, .org.uk, are for websites being hosted in the United Kingdom, and .ca would indicate a website from Canada, either an individual or a business. So in our case, your choices are typically going to be from these top 6. However, .org will more than likely not be one of your options. So in my case, I'm going to choose .info. JustHost has provided me a coupon here for a free domain. I would then click Continue. What this is going to do is check my domain to see if in fact it is available. It tells me that it is. It then asks me to provide all of my contact information. You will need to do this. I am not going to fill this out at the current time. Then, how are you going to pay for this? Credit card is the typical one. If you do have a PayPal account, you can indicate that. If you choose this, it will change these settings. This is the default information for your credit card. Then it asks you to confirm that you have read and agree to the terms and conditions of use. This is a link. You can click on it, go read that. I suggest that you do. It's just like any contract. You should read it before you sign it. Finally, you're going to indicate for what duration, which will also mean what price you're going to pay for your web hosting and for the domain name. The default is $4.95 per month for 2 years, which would be $118.80 total for the 2 years. If you don't want that, you can choose from any of the other options. Be aware, however, that if you choose the monthly option, they are going to add fees to set up the account. If you choose a 6-month option, again, they are going to add some fees to set up the account. You get away from the extra fees if you go for the minimum of a year. The choice is yours. Remember that for the class, the minimum required time is 4 months. So you make the choice as to how much you want to pay. I'm going to leave it at 1 year for this. You'll notice that again there are no included fees other than just the monthly hosting cost for a total of $71.40. And at this point, if I were satisfied that everything were complete, I would click the complete button. It would then give you further directions on how to get started with your site. But that is the process for signing up with JustHost. For our class, remember that there are 3 recommended hosting providers. You do not have to go with any of the 3. You are welcome to sign up with any provider of your choosing. However, please do remember that it must be professional hosting. This may not be personal hosting. Thank you very much, and I hope this is informative.